Hi folks, Don and Bob here, and today I'm launching a new challenge park, hoping to take advantage of the new public testing branch progress starting with the first stage of update 11. First thing I did was throw away the maps opening building with the guest generator and the ticket booths and put in a prefab that I built. There's the guest generator, the new style. Over on the left here, there's an implied entrance area for handicapped guests with an elevator coming up from wherever the other guests are coming from. Around the other side is our small restroom. And off on this side is a T-Rex cafe restaurant. You can see a lot of empty space out there, and right now there's no actual connection to the ticket area, another prefab that I pre-built for this park, and it is actually set up for expansion as the park grows. I kept it down to 2 ticket booths to start with because that's all you really need. The next thing we're going to look at here is a rough layout of a building I intend to add later in the series. This is just the foundations, and I put that in because I intend to do things like use this new research module, which is one of the functional modules in the game at the moment, and necessary if you want to research anything for your park, like power or male animals or new building themes and bigger fences, all things that you will want in your park. So having placed that in, it helps me by putting it as a part of the group of that floor to know exactly where to put it. You saw the screen about dig sites, and I haven't put in the module for that. We'll look at that in another episode. So I decided to hit the backer structure kit, which I think is supposed to actually already be enabled since it doesn't have any cost. It's just taking time. And some of the other things I like to do to get a park started, getting stronger fences, getting another theme because I want to use a particular path. You see in the right-hand column, there are 5 microscopes there, which means there are 5 research teams. When we look at some of the other things that have this kind of capability, they're all frozen at how many they have, except for the research one. You have to create one for that. But you are only, at the moment, allowed to create 1 research team. So we're setting up to do the power things because I'm sort of trying to track how much the cost would be in the game to get as far as I'm going to be getting with what's available. Even though at the moment the power system is still locked at full and pending a dev rework at some point. We have no animals in game yet, so we need to build a nursery. We get reminded of that if we try to select this tab and haven't done it already, just like selecting the excavations tab reminds us we don't have the necessary structure to start that. Having got the Stone Age theme lined up, that gives me the path I'm going to be using, which is the fossil footprint path, and I'm lining it up so that it's going to be pre-positioned for the future expansion of the ticket booth area. As I bring this third path around, that's probably all I would really need for the game to function, but I am going to be doing more than the absolute minimum in a number of the building elements, just because it always looks better when you do that. Do those extra bits that, strictly speaking, aren't necessary. but they do make the park look better. And I really want to know if the game is structured to let you make your park look good and still remain anything approaching profitable. Yeah, there's no guarantee of that. Having made the connection between the two entrance building things, the next thing I want to do is get the arc of pathing where it will go around those ovals, which are intended to be planters for when I put in the actual building. Again, later, it's not a cheap building, so I don't want to spend that money now, but I do want those paths in place because that will help me line things up for the building that I will be doing. So going to make this sort of surround to the planter area and fuss a bit trying to get that curve correct on the ends. You can see it's being a little fussy, but that's just the way it's playing right now. And we'll leave this now and move on to another element, the end of the other end of end of the end. Yeah, right. Okay. The other end of this surround for the planter areas, and then a connector, because I have a plan for when this foundation goes away that I will be using to draw guests out to this area. But it will help me reposition the building, which I already have built in a prefab, in the right place if I get these first paths in. So having done that, I obviously need a connection between the ticket area and this path I just built. So I'm going to set it out again, thinking about the future when there will be additional ticket booths, and get a curvature to bring the path out to that sort of outermost area and then the innermost area, leaving that square there for a bit while I decide if I want to add something to it there or just cover it up with path. And then again, thinking about the future and reminding myself that I do need to leave space for the ticket booth area expansion, putting in a straight path across there. I do want to have an animal present near the entrance and also near this where this building is going to be. So I'm going to put in an enclosure and go with sort of a modern look for this one, choosing this one path, and again paying attention to where that foundation is. I want to start establishing where this habitat is going to be because it has to fit in the space between the foundation and the ticket booth. And start off by running it right along the edge of the foundation, and then set up an area so there's a little path cut out for visiting the animal that will be here, and then the rest of the habitat. We're doing it all in slow time, partially to let me talk a little bit about what I'm doing here and lay out some of the general sensibilities of what I'm going to be doing with this park. I did do up a plan, a sort of 9-step plan for the first part of the park, which should certainly get me out of a 1-star park and possibly even out of a 2-star park if everything goes in a timely fashion and things work out. So I'm going to close the habitat off by changing fences. I switched to this brand new chain link fence element because I want the chain link to be the divider within the care building. I also switched over to locked length and 90-degree angle, so this would all square up. And you can see that my eyeballed bit of fence didn't work out very well. So I had to replace the other half of that run. The animals will have hay beds in this area, so we'll encourage them to use that run back and forth. This was inspired by a recent visit to which park was it? A modern zoo. I think it was the Indianapolis Zoo, which has a lot of runs from where the animals are cared for to where they're on exhibit. And they're often not necessarily close at all, or have even two areas separated by a transit space. So I'm going to start doing some of that in this park and possibly some of my other parks. It also will help stand off the care buildings from the public, making it easier to not annoy the public. You can see I'm doing the cutout path here. We're not going to get the animal in today because this is running fairly long as it is, and getting the animal in would definitely take it over the 15 minutes, which is kind of my target to make YouTube happy. So just get the path in, and we'll have our rough out of the exhibit. And next time we'll put an animal in, we'll start seeing guests. And there's the current layout as is. The foundation is gone, and that's it for today. You all take care, be kind to each other, and hope to see you back next week. Bye now.